What is the formula for average speed? Okay, total distance per total time. You know that total distance per total time. So average speed, simply we average, I can write we average. Average speed is equals to total distance by total time. We know that. Then distances are known. Distances are given as S1, S2, S3, and so on, Sn. The times T1, T2, T3, and so on, Tn. Then what is our speed? Then what is S1 here? S1 is equals to. Already told you yesterday. See the application. See the last application. See last application. Yes, distance is equals to speed into time. And what is the formula? If distances and times are known, see application number 2. Distances and times are known. Speeds and times are known. What is the formula? See the formula. This application is most important. Application number 3. Application 3. Okay. When a body covers, the body travels along a straight line. Travels along a straight line. The body travels along a straight line. Covers half the distance. Covers half the distance. Half of the total distance. Covers half the total distance. Speed v1. Speed v1. Another half. Another half. Another half of distance. Speed v2. Then what is the average speed in this case? Find the average speed. Find the average speed. Find the average speed. Find the average speed in this case. Anyone? No, that is not average speed. Okay. When a body travels along a straight line, moving along a straight line, it covers half the distance. We don't know total distance. Half of the distance with the speed v1, another half with the speed v. Let us say I am considering 100 meters. 100 meters is the total distance. What is the total distance? 100 meters. What is the half with that? 50 meters. What is the other half? Again another 50 meters. So this 50 meters travels traveled by the body with some speed. We don't know the speed. So these 50 meters travels with another speed. That means the speeds will be different here. First half the speed is v1. Second half the speed is v2. For the first half it travels with the speed of maybe 100 kilometers per hour. 5 meters per second, let us say. Second 10 meters per second. Since speeds are different, times will be different. So same distance, 50 meters, equal distance, but speeds are different. When speeds are different, what happens? Times will be different. That is, this is the total distance. So this is the half of the line. This is the halfway. Okay, this is the total distance. I can travel with the speed of, let us say, total distance is 10 meters. First 5 meters, I can travel like this. First 5 meters. Okay, takes 5 seconds for first 5 meters. And the next 5 meters take only 2 seconds. Only 2 seconds. So these 5 meters, 5 seconds, again same distance 5 meters in 2 seconds. What is the difference? Speed is changing. Your 5 seconds means I am moving with a slower rate. So 2 seconds means much more faster than previous. Okay. When speed is changing, time changes, even though distance is same. And find the average speed in this case. Okay. Listen. We don't know the total distance. You can say let x by z l whatever you want. Okay. I'm considering the total distance as L. So I am considering the total distance as L. Let A and B are the 2 points. The body has to travel from A to B. A to B. The distance between A to B is, let us say, L. Let us say L. I am considering the total distance is L here. Understood? All of you? L. Then what is the half of the distance in that? 1 by 2. That is 1 by 2. That is L by 2, right? L by 2. So here it is L by 2. First half. What was the next half? L by 2. What is L by 2 plus L by 2? That is L. We know that L by 2 plus L by 2. L taken as common. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. L into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What? That is L. Right? Half plus half is equals to 1. So L by 2 plus L by 2 is equals to L by 2. Alright, so you can also let us do L by 2. 2 to become cancel each other. We'll get L. Okay. So L. Half distance becomes L by 2. Another half distance which is equals to also L by 2. Okay. So first half, what is the problem? Body travels along a straight line from A to B. Covers half of the total distance. What was the total distance here? L. I'm considering the total distance as L. What is the total distance? L. So covers half of the total distance means L by 2. Half of the total distance means L by 2. With speed V1. So this speed is V1. From here to there, the speed is V1. The body travels with the speed V1 for the first half distance. For the next half distance, speed may be increased or decreased, we don't know, but speed is changing. Maybe increasing or decreasing, we don't know, but speed is changing. So that speed is V2. From here to there, the speed is V2. Speed is V2. Understood all of you? What was the total distance from A to B? What was the half distance in there? What was the another half? First half distance with the speed. Next half distance with the speed. The body travels first half distance with the speed. Next half distance with the speed. What was the average speed now? Average speed is equals to average speed is equals to what? Yes, it is total distance. Total distance by total time. Total distance by total time. What was the total distance? What was the total distance? Here. What was the total distance? This. Here total distance is equals to L. You can also consider X, S, Y, Z. No issue. Okay. L is the total distance. What was the total time? From here to there, T1 time. Again from this point to this point, another time. Different times. Because speed is different. Speed is different. Time is also different. Okay. For the first half time, listen. For the first half, the time taken by the body is, let us say, T1. For the completion of the next half, the time taken by the body is, let us say, T2. Then what was the total time? What is T1? What is the T1? Time taken by the body to complete the first half. To complete complete the first half distance. First half distance. Similarly, what is time t2? So it is the time taken by the body, time taken by the body just to complete the second half distance. Understood all of you? Yes. Okay. Then what is the formula for average speed now? So average speed becomes now average speed is equal to again total distance by total time. So I am writing average speed as V average. Average speed is equals to, so it is V average. Average speed is equals to, what was the total distance? L. What was the total time taken? T1 plus T2. So this is the formula. Okay. We have to find T1, T2 individual again.
Sir, T1 is equal to.
Yes. We know that.
Time is equal to.
We know that. Time is equals to.
Distance by speed.
Yes. Distance by. What is time?
Distance by speed.
Distance by. Time T1 is equals to. What was the distance? Time T1 is equals. What was the distance?
L by 2.
What was the distance here? A distance becomes L by 2. L by 2.
L by 2.
L by 2. T1 is equals to L by 2 by L by 2 by. And what is the speed? For the first half, what is the speed? Speed is V1. V1. So that this becomes L by 2 V1. Right? L by 2 V1. What did L by 2 by? Or else L by 2 by V1 means L by 2 V1 by 1. That is 1 by V1. L into 1, L, 2 into V1, 2 V1. L by 2 V1. Okay. Similarly, what is time T2? Time T2 is equals to what is time? Time is equal to second distance by speed. What is the distance for the next half? Again L by 2. Again L by 2. What is the speed in the V2? So that L by 2 by V2. That is equals to L by 2 V2. L by 2 V2. Okay, finally, what is time T1? L by 2 V1. What is time T2? L by 2 V2. L by 2 V2. Then what is the formula? Substitute.
L by 2 into.
So V average is equals to, substitute T1, T2 in this equation. So V average is equals to L by, what is T1? L by 2 V1. L by 2 V1 plus what is time T2? L by 2 V2, right? L by 2 V2, right? Last. Listen. So V average.
L by 2
Yes, yes. L.
Right.
Here we will take L by 2 as common. L by 2.
1 by
1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. So this L will be cancel each other, right? So we will get 1 here. 1 by 1 by 2. Okay. So V1, V2 LCM. V1, V2.
V1.
So
V1 plus V2 plus
V2 plus
V1.
V1, right? So V average is equals to 1 by. So V1 plus V2 or V2 plus V1, we can write. It's V1 plus V2 or V2 plus V1 both are same. So I'll write V1 plus V2. V1 plus V2 to 1, V1 plus V2. By 2 into V1 V2, that is 2 V1 V2. 2 V1 V2. So reciprocal. Yes, V average is equals to 2 V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. V1 plus V2. So this is the most important formula ever. Find the average speed. So if anybody asks about if your body travels half of the distance with some speed v1, another half with some speed v2, then what is our speed? 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2, or else 2xy by x plus y. 2xy by x plus y. X is the first speed, y is the next speed. Suppose I am starting here, I am traveling with some speed, or like this. Okay, to reach this point. Again, I am reaching the same point again, where I am starting, where I am started. Okay, then what is our speed? This is the equal distance. Equal distance. First half, next half. Okay, then we have to use this formula. Okay, we have to use this formula only for equal distances. Equal distances. By holding our first half distance with some speed. Next half distance with some speed. Find the average speed. We have to use 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Okay. If a person covers Visakhapatnam to Vizianagaram with some speed, again Vizianagaram to Visakhapatnam. So Visakhapatnam to Vizianagaram, some distance is there. Let us say 20 km. Again, we come back to Visakhapatnam. Again 20 km. So from this 20 and this 20 are equal distances. So in that case, we have to use this formula. V average equals to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. No doubt. I'll give some problem. Next half time the speed v2. Then what is our speed?
2v1
No. First half distance. Distance is become half, so that you have to use 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Asking the body covers first half time, not distance. First half time with the speed v1, next half time with the speed v2. Then what is the average speed in this case? So I am saying first half. When the body moving along the straight line, moving along a straight line, moving along a straight line towards first half time, not distance. First half time is d1. The speed v1. The speed v1 and next half time. And the next half time. And the next half time with the speed v2. With the speed v2. So we have to find the average speed in this case. Anyone? Find the V average. Find the average speed. Find the average speed, that is V average. Anyone? Now not half distance here, half time. Let us say total time is equal to t, then what is the half time? T by 2 and t by 2. Okay. Half distance, let us say half time. So this is the total distance. The body travel from A to B. For half time, that means total time is equal to, let us say t. Total time is equal to t. If total time becomes t, then what happens to its half time? Half time is equal to t by 2. Next half time is equal to again t by 2. This first half time travels with the speed v1. For the next half time travels with the speed v2. Then what is the average speed? Let the total time is equal to, let us say t. Then what is the half time?
V/2.
What is the half time? Half time is equals to, it's a T1 that is equals to, that is T by 2. Another half time. Another half time.
V/2.
Another half time also, that is T2. That is also T by 2. T by 2 plus T by 2 is equal to total time. Okay. And what is average speed? Formula is same. Average speed is equals to, what is the formula? What is the formula? Already we know that it is a total distance by total time. Total distance by total time. Total distance by total time. What is the total distance here?
So total distance equals to half into T1 into V1
What
plus
is total distance?
half into T1 into V1
Let's say
plus
this is S1. This is distance S1. This is distance S2. S1. What is distance? What is distance? What is distance?
speed into time.
Yes, we know that. We know that distance is equals to what? Speed into time. As you know that speed is equals to distance by time. So distance is equals to speed into time. So first half time distance is, I am considering the distance as S1. S1 is equals to, what is the speed here? T1. What is time? No, it is T by 2. T by 2. T1 is the half time. Similarly, what is S2? V2 into T2 by 2. V2 into T2 by 2. That is V2 T by 2. Similarly, this is okay. You can write V2 T2 by 2. Okay. So these are the distances we got. S1, S2. Right? Then what is the average speed? So average speed is equals to what again? Average speed is equals to total distance by total time. What is the total distance here? S1 plus S2. What is total time? T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. Okay. V average is equals to, that is average speed is equals to S1 plus S2. What is S1? Yes, V1 T by 2 plus V2 T by 2. V2 T by 2 by
P. P.
by what?
P.
T1 plus T2. What is T1 plus T2?
T.
T by 2 plus T by 2. That is T. What is total time? T.
T.
Already here there is a total time, that is T. Considering the total time is T. Or you can write T by 2 plus T by 2. What is T by 2 plus T by 2? T. I write T. Okay. I wrote T here. So what is the common factor here? What is the common factor? T by 2 is taken as common. T by 2 is common. So V1 plus V2, V1 plus V2
by T.
by T. Alright, T by 2 is taken as common. So what left here? V1. Here V2, V1 plus V2. So this can also write T into V1 plus V2 by 2 into T. 2 into T, 2T. As this T and T become cancel each other. So that here, yes, V1 plus V2 by 2. So this is the average speed in this case. Previous case, what is average speed? Half distance is equals to V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. Half time becomes V1 plus V2 by 2. Very problem given. The body travels half time with some speed, another half time with some other speed. The final average speed, we have to use V1 plus V2 by 2. V1 plus V2 by 2. half, a person travels half the distance with the speed v1, another half with the speed v2. Then what is our speed? 2 v1 v2 by v1 speed. Remember, half distance and half time. For half distance, we have to use 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. For half time, we have to use v1 plus v2 by v2. Okay? Not that.